Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. It's me, Patience, your favorite psychic medium. Let me fix my ponytail. I want it to be even. There we go. I want it to be the right kind of messy on both sides. Hello, welcome to Patience with Spirit. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Amy. Spirit just said Amy. I want to thank you for being here, for all the love and support, all the likes, comments, shares, subscribes. It's truly appreciated. And for all the validation and confirmation of my psychic gift, 44. I'm here to be of service here with the Guild of the Golden Triangle. We're your hosts of Spirit News on Spotify, where we teach you about your non-physicalness and energy and how to incorporate that into your daily life, because you're a non-physical being having a human experience. Mysterious, Spirit says. Amy Holiday, Mysterious Amy 15. I love you so much, and I'm so happy to be here to be able to bring the messages forward, to give you all a higher perspective of your linear view. Remember, this is energy, so it has no gender. It could be past, present, or future. It could also be a different timeline that is happening at the same time as yours. So it's just to help you understand some things that you know already, to give you confirmation. And if it's not your message, that's okay. Don't make it fit. There's lots of other readings out there. You have to just take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? So let's do it. You guys, I have a bag of word tiles. I think I should try word tiles. Well, we got to try different things sometimes, because really Spirit can talk to you in any way, shape, or form, because everything is energy. So let's see. Okay, I got noisy, smooth, wavy, coily. Spirit just said coily. I have witty, rotten, Hollywood. Oh, geez. Floating, heavy, hip hop. I have Hollywood, witty, hip hop, holy grail, rotten, ball, sharp, floating. So there's some kind of noise happening. There's some kind of noise happening that someone's making some kind of sharp, heavy, smooth, wavy. I have all these like wavy, sharp, floating, smooth, heavy, noisy. Someone in Hollywood, possibly hip hop. I have hip hop in Hollywood. Possibly someone in hip hop in Hollywood is rotten. They're trying to ball. They think they're funny. They think they're smooth, but something heavy is about to happen. This is my home. They're making a lot of noise. They may think they're smooth, or they're trying to pull something smooth. I also have Red Bull, Paris, Quick, Ronald McDonald, Scratchy, and Chaps. So someone in Hollywood who thinks that they're a baller, who could potentially be in hip hop. It could be a producer. It could be I don't know, what else is there? An engineer. It could be lots of things, but dealing with Hollywood and hip hop. They're making a lot of noise. They're causing some waves. They could be pretending. 15 again. Spirit said 15 twice. Don't sleep. Spirit said don't sleep. Alright, where should we go, Spirit? What the hell's going on? I have so many choices, you guys. I'm like, I have too many choices right now. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Let's do a song. Since they said hip hop, let's do a song. Spirit, please come through. Give us a song to tell us what the heck's going on. Let's do...
Hey, welcome in. You're here.
Oh, sorry. Alright, ready? We'll do a song. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Spirit, tell us what you want us to know. Older, Lizzie McAlpine. Over and over a carousel ride. Pay for your ticket. Watch the moon climb. Sick to my stomach, can't find the ground. Stuck in a loop, watch the curtain come down. See someone in Hollywood, watch the curtain come down. Come through, Spirit. Thought it'd be over by now, thought you would leave, thought I would come to my senses. Wish I was stronger somehow, wish it was easy. Somewhere I lost my senses, I wish I knew what the end is. Over and over, watch it all pass. Mom's getting older, I'm wanting it back. Where no one is dying and no one is hurt. And I've been good to you instead of making it worse. So someone is having a hard time because they're losing people. Something they did could potentially be making someone die or made someone die. It says where no one is dying. They definitely hurt somebody. And it says, I want to go to a time where I was good to you instead of making it worse. Thought it would be over by now, thought you would leave, thought I would come to my senses. Wish I was stronger, somehow wish it was easy, somewhere I lost all my senses, I wish I knew what the end is. So someone is having a hard time. They did something that made them sick to their stomach. They paid for a ticket onto a carousel ride, but they want to get off now. They thought it was going to be different, but now they're hurting people, and they could have possibly lost somebody. It sounds like they're grieving. Let's see. Okay. Burned. Spirit said burned. They were burned? Let me see. Let's see what they're talking about. Alright, Spirit. Thank you so much for being here with us. It's my honor to give the messages. I love you so much. Spirit, I'm so grateful for everything you do for me. Please give the messages you want us to know so I can be of service, give a higher perspective. Tell your best friend you're moving across the world. So something someone did to their best friend. Someone's best friend, something they have to tell them. Something they did that, some kind of action forward they did. Something that made space between them. This could be about best friends. Describe why you had a medical procedure. Something major happened, like a medical procedure. Something that they can't tell you or they can't describe. They're having trouble coming across the divide that they've made. Ruth. Spirit said Ruth. Ask a stranger if they can help you move across the country. I have 2 references to moving. So this person, your best friend potentially, could have made a really big mistake. They could have created some kind of gap between you guys, almost like moving across the country. To the point where they're like a stranger now, and they could possibly need your help because something's happening to them, or maybe they're sick because the song mentioned someone being sick and dying. Describe a painting to a blind person. They may have painted a picture of you to a blind person, to somebody who they took advantage of, somebody that they knew didn't have third sight, or someone that didn't have third sight that they maybe manipulated a little about you. They could have turned somebody into a stranger that you knew. Take it as it resonates. At the center of the pyramid is a phrase. What does it say? Yeah, this best friend of yours has caused some kind of divide between you, and they want to tell you something, but they don't know what to say. They don't know. They don't know how to hereunto. They don't know what to say to you. Something, what happened? What did this person do? Hey, Jacoby. Write the plot for a Halloween movie. They did something scary to you. They did something they're totally scared to tell you. Something that something's like that is equivalent to a medical procedure. It was a
Canal.
Spirit said a canal. It caused a drift, a canal, a space between you. That was a gap, for sure.
Homicide.
Spirit said homicide. This person could have potentially. It says write a plot for a Halloween movie. This person could have gotten in trouble by trying to hurt you. Maybe they, it doesn't have to be a literal homicide. It could be like they tried to put a death to your finances, to your relationships. It doesn't have to be literal. Write a jingle for a shoe store, but they're kicking themselves. They're put their foot in their mouth. They don't know how to tell you. They feel like a stranger to you because they put so much distance between you by painting you in a specific way to a blind person, somebody who was easily manipulated. Describe a hippopotamus. Yeah, they're having second thoughts about what they did, but why did they do it? What's their problem? Oh, all these cards fell out. This person has so much to say but can't say it. Leave a passive aggressive review at a restaurant. There's something that they are very passive aggressive about that they didn't want to review. They didn't want to leave a message for you and tell you. There's something that they were mad at you about. Tell the judge you didn't commit the crime you're accused of. They could have accused you of doing something or was very judgmental like a judge based on something that they were accusing you of. They could have potentially committed a crime against you because they judged you so harshly. It was literally like a plot for a Halloween movie, how scary it was. Tell your significant other you're moving out with them. They could have stole your spouse. They could have purposely tried to steal your spouse, collective. Oh, Madeline. Why'd they do that? They could have, that could be the blind person that they painted you as like something you're not. That could be the crime they committed, that they were being passive aggressive about how they felt about you. What brings you endless happiness? They're jealous that you were happy with your spouse. Oh, why are people so stupid? Your best friend was jealous that you had a significant other that brought you endless happiness. So they did something to you that's like a plot out of a Halloween movie because they were passive aggressive and they didn't want to communicate with you. What they do, something that they passed harsh judgment on you, and they may have befriended your significant other and purposely described you in an positive. Spirit said positive. They made you seem like you were an asshole to your spouse. Yeah, like a false person to your spouse. Spirit said, they marked your reputation. They made your spouse not want you anymore. Write the instructions on how to use a microwave. They used your spouse to purposely hurt you. That's so sad. That's awful. I'm sorry, collective. I'm sorry you're going through that. Oh. Teacher. This is teaching them something. I got scratch marks. Something about scratches and marks. What's the most embarrassing reason to go to the doctor? under describe why you have a medical procedure, and the song said that someone was dying or sick. This person, this is why you have to know energy, you guys. This is why we teach you energy on Spirit News. This person could have potentially came from a very low consciousness, a very low energy. 15:15 on the clock. 15:15 in here. And a confirmation. This person was jealous that you were happy, that you had somebody that was true love, you were truly in a happy relationship, and because they have unhealed wounds, they took action with your person or towards your person to act in that low vibratory state, that low consciousness. And they may have, well, they did, Spirit already said positive, they purposely turned your significant other against you so they would hate you. I don't know what they said yet, but they could have described you as a hippopotamus, just lazy, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I don't want to assume. But they purposely cast judgment on you to this person, and that's the crime they're accused of. But now, I don't know how much time has passed, but because they operated in this energy, they could potentially be sick. Like it manifested itself in their body. Describe your personality in 10 words or less.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. They, I think they say money's the root of all evil. I think jealousy and envy is, because if this person wasn't so jealous of you, they wouldn't have done this. If I don't even, whenever somebody's happy, you be happy for them. You don't be jealous of them. You don't try to ruin their relationships. That's not healthy. Why would you want to do that? Would you want someone to do that to you? This person was jealous of your personality. They were jealous that you were happy. Now they're embarrassed because they're going to the doctor because something happened. Write an instruction manual on how to use toilet paper. This person's consciousness is so low because they have unhealed wounds that they would need a manual on how to use toilet paper, how to wipe their own ass. Okay? They were extremely envious and made it their mission to do this, to commit this crime. They could have potentially said you did a crime that you didn't do, that they did. It's the plot of a Halloween movie. It really is. It's so crazy. I can't believe people do this to each other. Let's see. So why did stool? Why did your person believe them? I told you they're grieving. They're grieving your loss. They're grieving that you're not their friend anymore. They put a huge divide in between you two, and now they're in sorrow and grief and in depression. Because now in retrospect, that's what that song was about. They wish they could go back. This person could potentially like hip hop, or maybe they wanted to be a rapper or something, because we had Hollywood. Maybe that's what you do. Maybe that's what you do, collective. Maybe you make some kind of music, or you have some kind of talent or something. Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation, struck by love. They could have potentially wanted your person because you were in love. They were jealous that you were hit by Cupid's arrow, and it was a surprise. They didn't expect you to find love because they don't find love, or they hadn't found love. Confirmation. And so they may have been upset by that. Why didn't they just... Why? Who cares? Why couldn't they just be happy for you? Key on a ring. Because they're used to being stringed along. They've never found love. They're used to abusive relationships, one night stands, have being an option. And here you go finding love and you get to be happy, and they didn't like that. It created an emotional storm for them. They were in turmoil because they're unstable and it affected them that you're stable. It made them it made them go crazy on you. They were daydreaming. Oh, I'm always longing for you. Oh, oh shit. I think that your best friend is in love with you. I think your best friend was upset because they secretly loved you or like daydreamed about you. Two, Spirit said. They could have wanted you two to be together. Hey, Nicole, your best friend had secret feelings for you. They were in love with you. And you fell in love with offishness. You fell in love with someone else because I guess, I don't know, you didn't feel that way about them, but they never told you. They never told you how they felt, so they decided to turn your person against. They decided to turn your person against you. Preparing for union, a new phase. They were ascending. This love of your life that came into your life was actually helping you learn and expand and go to a new phase, and they felt like you were leaving them behind and they're in love with you. They wanted to be with you secretly. Tell your significant other you're moving out with them. You could have potentially maybe lived with them or spent a lot of time with them, and when you found this person, you didn't spend as much time with them, and they took that really personally because they had grown to have feelings for you, but they never told you about it. Pain. They were afraid. They were apprehensive because they were cautious because they knew that you didn't. Maybe it's the same sex or something, or it doesn't have to be, but they knew that you viewed them as a friend. 22 on the clock. 222. Oh, goodness. Secrets. I haven't told you everything. I told you. I told you. This person has a secret crush on you, and when you fell in love with somebody and got hit by Cupid's bow, you wanted to start a new phase of your life and go into a union, and you transcended, and they didn't. It made them upset. It shocked them. It shocked them. They could have potentially had the wrong idea. Maybe they saw your kindness and your connection as a relationship and thought that's where it was going. But it was shocking news to them. It was a surprise and an epiphany, that you met somebody. They didn't see that coming. They could have potentially had plans to keep courting you in their eyes, in their perception. But they never said anything to clear it up. 333. They never said anything to clear it up. They were wearing sunglasses. They were always stalking and watching. Maybe you posted pictures on social media about your relationship, and it left them feeling heartbroken. It left them feeling like you broke up with them. But really, it was a friendship. It was never like that. But they never said anything. You didn't know. You just didn't know. Damn. You just didn't know. Reconciliation. They tried to be your friend again after they tried uninevitably. They tried to be your friend again because, first of all, they never told you, so why wouldn't they be your friend? They weren't happy for your new relationship that you were happy in because they secretly wanted to be with you, but they also didn't want to lose you, so they started growing resentment. They started growing resentment because they thought maybe if they continued to be friends with you, 444, that you would possibly see an opportunity with them. But that was just their distorted field. This is a case of distortion because this person never said how they felt, and so that left a distortion on their field where they were perceiving your kindness and your friendship as some kind of validation of their feelings. But they never told you, and so you didn't change the way you operated. You're just, that's your best friend. You're just treating them like your best friend. And this person was operating thinking that you maybe wanted to be with them or something, even though at first they knew. It's like it grew into like an obsession, I want to say. Oh shit, this could be a past life connection. This could be, maybe that's why they felt so connected to you, because this was something that in past lives you guys had experienced. It was supposed to be some karmic lesson they were supposed to learn. They were supposed to not repeat it.
A spiritual experience.
A spiritual experience. That's why you need to understand energy. You can definitely feel connections from past life people, but it doesn't mean that you're supposed to be with them. It just means you're supposed to recognize the energy, understand what you're supposed to do with it, how you're supposed to handle it, how you're supposed to process it. There could have been some connection in a past life that was never processed, and so you became best friends in this life, and perhaps in a past life you may have broke their heart or something, or there was some kind of romantic um, experience with each other that was never finished. The cycle was repeated into the next life, and so this person was experiencing the deja vu of that. And because they didn't know energy, they read the energy wrong, and they were supposed to understand that they had to let you go in this life or to communicate. It could have been a lesson of communication.
Unchecked.
Unchecked. Spirit said unchecked. They didn't communicate how they felt, and so they repeated a pattern from a past life. Talking. Oh my god, I cannot make it up. Communication. Ugh. They, in a past life, lack of communication may have broken a processing of a soul connection or a karmic lesson, and so it was repeated.
Salubrious.
Salubrious. What's salubrious? I don't know what salubrious is. I like salubrious, yeah. Let me look it up. Salubrious. Salubrious? Healthy giving. Healthy giving, yes. In a past life, they may have. Oh, in a past life, they may have killed you, Spirit said. They may have unalived you in a past life, but had still. It may have been a crime of passion and from a miscommunication, and in this life you became best friends, and they were supposed to recognize their lack of communication is a problem for them, is something that they often repeat a pattern of, and that creates tension. It creates a distorted perception. It creates an obsession. It creates an obsession. Uh, but they didn't understand that. They just felt the energy and just acted on that and didn't really reflect. Wow. They became obsessed.
Four spirits.
Oh shit. You may have teamed up with your twin flame. You may have teamed up with your twin flame. Yin and yang in balance. That could that wow. They were extremely jealous that you found someone that complimented you so well, because they had past life distortions in a past life where they may have been with you romantically, and they were confusing that energy in this life and not communicating about it. And they were extremely jealous and envious that you met your twin flame, or you had someone that was a connection for you that was so deep. Um, they became a victim. They wanted to victimize you. That was their mistake. They're a lost soul. They wanted they turned their resentment into hate for you. And they wanted you to suffer like them because you hurt them, but you didn't even know you hurt them. This is why you gotta communicate how you feel. Like, who cares? Youth. Spirit said youth. Yeah, this person was immature. They reached their breaking point by pretending to not feel the way they felt, but always, imagine holding back how you feel every time you see your best friend, and you go hang out with your best friend, and their twin flame, and they have to watch you be happy without them. 333, that's a lot. That made them reach their breaking point, and the pattern they repeated was to hurt you. In the past life, they may have unalived you. In this life, they may have unalived your character to your twin flame. Yeah, they were dishonest. Dishonesty. They lied. They lied on purpose to make you seem like you weren't awesome, because they didn't want anyone else to have you. They didn't, Ophelia, they don't want to be happy. They didn't want you to be happy without them if they're not happy. Deception, trickery, elusive. They created a spider web of lies. They made your twin flame hate you. 3131. They did it on purpose. They could have possibly started talking to your significant other without you knowing, through text messages and secret rendezvous, and oh, combat medic, I'm so sorry. This is so sad. This could have totally been avoided if this person just told you how they felt. It's sad. This is why you have to know energy. This is why you have to understand your emotions, and you have to clear your field. Otherwise, all of your actions can hurt people, can ruin people's lives, because you couldn't admit to yourself that you love somebody who didn't love you, but you didn't even talk to them about it. Oh, it's really crazy. Now, coffin. Didn't I say they were sick? They could potentially, it could be, it says a tragic ending. The song was saying that, they wish they could go back when nobody was hurt and nobody was dying. And I got 2 cards talking about a medical procedure, and I think this person's sick. I think this person could potentially pass away because of their actions. I don't know exactly what they did, but they were operating exhaustion, depletion, drained. Or maybe they just feel like they're dying because they don't have you in their life anymore. They've spun a web of lies. They took away your twin flame from you. They made your 333 on the clock. They made your twin flame hate you. Yes, Ophelia, I love you. And now they're depleted and they're drained. What do they want? What do they wish they could do? They want to take responsibility. They want to take responsibility for their actions. I have to take care of they're Icelandic. You left them out in the cold. You realized what was happening and you had to leave them behind because you must have recognized something fishy was going on. What? Let me see. Spirit, let's get some clarification with Tarot as to what exactly happened here, because I don't know why they're gonna die, but they turned your twin flame against you. How does the twin flame feel right now? How does the twin flame feel right now? The twin flame is broken, shattered, destroyed, heartbroken. What do they want? They want a reunion. They want a reunion with you. We will always come back to each other. They may have found out who was responsible for the web of lies. They could have found out this person was lying. And remember, I don't know if this is past, present, or future, so this might not have happened yet. It might be in the work, it might be present, it could have already passed, I don't know yet. I think for some people it's happened already, like combat medic.
Stabbed.
Nine of Swords, and Spirit said stab. They stabbed you in the back, collective. They stabbed you in the back with 10 swords in your back. They turned your twin flame against you, 10 more swords in your back. You got stabbed in the back by fiend. The Spirit said fiend. This person this person may have put you in the Nine of Swords. They gossiped about you. They focused on regret and resentment towards you, and they made you go through mental anguish by they wanted you to see at your they wanted to see you unhappy, and so they purposely made you a subject of gossip to your twin flame, where they spun a web of lies about you, and they both put 9 swords in your back, and Spirit said stabbed. They could have potentially started to use this as a coping mechanism because hurt people, right? That's the saying. This person had an overactive or maybe underactive sacral root chakra, the emotional center, the orange one, where they were, look, it's in
Terrified.
the bed is orange. They were terrified of telling you how they felt because they didn't want to be rejected by you. But at the same time, because they couldn't tell you, it grew into resentment of you and hatred of you because you were happy, and they saw you as a source of their happiness. Oh, I'm dead. So, tell me about this reunion. Tell me about this reunion. 8 of Cups reverse. Your twin is afraid that that you're moving on, or they're afraid that you've moved on without them, because this person created
6 o'clock.
This person created stagnation in their life. They feel like you're accepting life without them, but they want a reunion with you because they're heartbroken.
Altar.
I mean, Spirit just said altar. Your best friend could have potentially had an altar that they maybe lit candles at with your face on it to say, maybe they tried to put love spells on you or something. I'm not sure yet. But your twin flame is afraid that you've moved on. You must have separated yourself from this situation. The Emperor, your twin flame was an Emperor in reverse. Because of the web of lies your best friend told your Emperor, it may have switched his energy from Emperor to Emperor in reverse. He could have became stubborn with you. He could have treated you differently. You could have been like, where's this coming from? Why are you acting like this? Because you don't know this is happening behind your back. They stabbed you in the back. They could have abused their power over you, maybe saw you as weak. They could have just like a whole switch went off, and someone who was once your twin flame emperor was treating you like you were some kind of I don't know, like bought like a I don't know. I'm not sure what they said. Right arm. I'm not sure what rumors they said to him or them, but I know that it made their perception of you change, and so they treated you. They became an emperor in reverse. Wow, that's craziness. What were they saying about collective? Five of Wands, conflict. They were purposely saying things for... They were purposely saying things to your twin flame to get them to struggle with you, to get them to be angry, defensive, disobedient, to make their ego flare, because they wanted to create a conflict. They wanted you guys to be fighting all the time.
Weapon.
They used your relationship as a weapon against you
Looking home.
to make your life miserable because they didn't want to see you happy. It was like, well, if you're not going to be happy with me, you're not going to be happy with anyone. But they didn't even tell you. Why didn't they tell? Why didn't they tell collective how they felt? What were they doing? Why did they have an altar? Hesitant. They were just scared of rejection.
False.
False. They were a false person. They didn't know how to communicate it. That's their karmic lesson, to speak up. To speak up how you feel. How you feel is valid. How you feel can only be processed once you expel it out of your body. If you don't say how you feel, even if you just write it in a journal entry, 411, you have to take thoughts that make you feel bad out of your field. Otherwise, they can rot and fester, and they can make you act in a distorted field and make you hate people. This person wasted their potential coming against you because they loved you and couldn't tell you. Spirit says it was a waste. I have Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, something that happened in the fall, possibly. It was unrequited love, a blocked emotional repression. I told you. This person has a blocked root chakra and a blocked sacral chakra, and a blocked throat chakra. They could not express their love for you, so it was unrequited. I love you guys so much. I love you. Thank you so much for your support. It's so sad. So what's going to happen now, Spirit? What is going to happen now? Let me see. Let's try karma cards, because clearly they're going through some kind of karma because they're sick. Maybe we can help them get through it, or...
House.
I was going to say the second house, and Spirit just said house. Patiently, what you want, get what you need. Your beliefs, what you value, your resources. So this person didn't believe that you would be receptive to what they said. They made an assumption about you. It was like, well, if I tell them, I might lose them. But if I don't tell them, I don't know. So it was like it was like a double-edged sword for them. I'm feeling very good. Thank you for asking. It was like a double-edged sword for them. They didn't have the communication skills or resources to value their beliefs enough so they made an assumption about you. Even though you were their best friend, they didn't want you to reject them. But they did see you as being like a pot of gold, They felt really happy around you. It's because of a past life connection where you guys might have been together. This happens a lot and this is what Spirit tells me, so this is just from my experience, but this is when you are in a relationship or you're with somebody and this is why a lot of people cheat, and you meet somebody who you have an instant connection with. It could possibly be connected to a past life. 444. It could possibly be connected to a past life connection. And it's not because you're meant to be together and run away together and have like this great life together, like this person thought they should do with you. It's because you're meant to recognize the energy and to set it free and to stop a karmic pattern that was made in a past life. But because we aren't taught about our energy and how to recognize it and how to discern it, we often mistake that as love or some really strong connection where we have to be with that person. But really, it's not meant to be with them. It's meant to heal it. It's meant to stop a pattern. But because we're not educated in our society about those things, I mean, this should be in school. Energy should be in school, honestly. Because
When did you contact me?
if we all knew about energy, this person would have been able to identify that you were someone that they needed to finish a lesson with. And that lesson had to do with communication and resentment. But they didn't see that, and so that resentment grew into hatred for you. It grew into hatred because they knew they could never be with you, but wanting to be with you was a misplaced energy reading of you. It didn't mean you were supposed to be together, that were going to love you forever, that you were going to make them happy. It was just because you guys were supposed to finish a lesson together. The fifth house. They took a gamble. They gambled your friendship. They deliberately and dramatically decided to invest in a game against your love and your twin flame. They made fun of you. They made fun of your art. They could have possibly did things to your children, or maybe lied to your children. Spirit said clouds. They could have, said things to your children to make you seem bad. Darlings, please set that like button. Oh, thank you. I love you so much. You are so kind. Thank you. I appreciate that. But look, there's angels around the dice. They were being told time and time again by their spirit guides, what are you doing? This is your best friend. You're going to lose the best friend you ever had. It's not worth it. You're supposed to be learning a lesson. But they couldn't see that because their field was so distorted by their hatred for you, their resentment for your happiness. They couldn't see it. So they took a gamble and made it their mission to make your twin flame hate you. They turned your emperor into an emperor in reverse. Capricorn, which is also the devil card in tarot. What they chose. This is a huge lesson about energy. Energy goes where your focus goes. And so this person's now sick, possibly dying, because they focus so hard on bringing a death to your relationship. Now that resulting from the rules imposed by them, because that's how energy works. It's a direct reflection of what you gave out. And we're in reaping season. We're in the age of Aquarius. The energy shift has happened, and we talk about that in the time shift on Spirit News on Spotify. If you want to know about that, it's called Time Shift. Everybody went through the time shift. They treated this like a day-to-day reality of their life, like a business. It was their main goal to make sure that they brought a death to your happiness. Yes. And that's why they're sick. That's exactly why they're sick, because now it's reaping season, karmic justice is here, and they're mirroring exactly what they did to you, what they focused on every day. They like wake up and say, how am I gonna make Collective's life hell today? That's crazy, man. I have these tea leaf cards. I don't know if I can read anything off of them, but I'm gonna try. Oh, Spirit said bird, and this says bird on it. A single bird generally means news or a message. Oh, they may want to send you a message. A standing bird could mean a delay. But like I said in the beginning, they don't know how to do it because it's not good news. But I think what Spirit's saying, because birds also symbolize spirit, is that the only way that they're going to release themselves of this burden that they've created for themselves is to communicate how they feel and why it happened, and whether you're whether you receive it or not, they need to just do it, because that's what Spirit's suggesting them to do. To look carefully at surrounding symbols to determine which form this will take. So it could be in a letter, it could be in a text message. Sometimes birds also indicate travel or journeys, particularly if found beside a road symbol. And we have two cards talking about distance between you guys. So they want to bridge the gap. They want to come to you. They realize that they miss you. You're their best friend. Animal symbols. Usually animals are a positive sign, especially for lovers. Oh, this must be about your twin flame.
Ryan.
Ryan could be significant. Farm animals tend to represent good news in a monetary sense. Oh, and Spirit just said money. Animals are generally more symbolic than literal unless they are domestic animals such as dogs or cats. So your twin flame may possibly want to come towards you. Also, you got two people that work together. I mean, your twin flame was tricked by your best friend to come against you, perhaps through some kind of web of lies that they spun about you. They really did make you look like you're crazy. Like, I don't know what they said, but whatever they said, it turned your emperor into an emperor in reverse for you. And Spirit is suggesting that they follow the signs that they're giving them, maybe through animals or birds, but to come towards you because of 555 on the clock. Right, Spirit said right, because it's not gonna fix itself. It's not gonna just magically get better. You have to take action. You have to take action to clear your field, and that's why confession exists. I mean, they don't have to go to church to do confession, but that's why it exists. It's literally an energy drop, to discard or dispel any distortions on your field, to release all of your guilt and shame. Hey, Boyer! Oh, thank you. Thank you, Combat Medic. I'm sorry you're going through this. Let me see if I can get advice for you. Spirit, what kind of advice can you give the collective to get through this? Oh, look, tower at the top. Tower at the top. They're going through a tower because of this. They're reevaluating the confusion and the natural disaster they caused, their old way of being. This tower is shattering their false beliefs. Your separation from them is creating a tower because you are literally holding up these people, and you had to separate from them, and now it's caused a death. A new cycle has ended. It's like a purging. You've been liberated from whatever they were doing, and they could be going through some spiritual transformation because they've had to release an old way of thinking, and they're realizing that by the distance that's been created. Bad advice. Your friend's possibly an alcoholic or a drug addict, so they may have been operating in that frequency, which is never good. They gave bad advice to your... Nope, yeah. Spirit said nope. Horrible. Spirit said not bad, horrible advice to your emperor, and your emperor believed it. But Spirit said, don't worry. This also was good for you too, because it helped you return to your roots, because you started to, be abused. You were being unrightfully treated badly because of a false narrative that was said about you. But Spirit wants you to wants you to heal your inner childhood wounds with this experience. This was meant to teach you about codependency. It was meant to teach you about maturity, confirmation. is about to teach you about how to find the joy in tough situations. Spirit said activity. If you're having a hard time, you may want to move your energy, maybe go take a walk outside. Just clear your energy field if you're feeling a little anxious about what happened, because they are going to come towards you eventually. Yeah, um, definitely. It says right here, an alcoholic or a drug addict. So that never helps. That never helps. They were already operating in a distorted field of emotion. Sprinkle a little drugs, pour a little alcohol for the homies. You got a really, really volatile mix of emotional disturbance that they projected onto you. How can we end this off? How can we end this off? Oh, don't worry, collective. The sun will come out tomorrow, tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow. the sun,
Austin.
the sun's gonna shine. Austin, isn't Austin? 555. Have optimism, have joy, have confidence. This is something that perhaps had to happen for some of these people to learn a karmic lesson. You may have been a karma for these people, that something they had to learn before they could go to the next cycle. Okay? I love you guys so much. Thanks you for all the love. Love you guys. See you next one.